this whole show, Dan, should just be like a calm, quiet meditation.
It's very, I do that. What is that? What's it called? The ED, what's that shit called? ESMR? What the fuck?
Oh, you're talking about TDM,
Not TM.
TM?
Well, no, we do TM.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that when they talk like this, hi, this is, I got the podcast that I listen to at night, puts me to sleep sometimes. I don't know what they call it. It's very, that and the weed. Joining me now, two gentlemen who over the course of 8 seasons and 171 episodes, The Vampire Diaries, enchanted audiences the world over. And now they have once again joined forces to wow whiskey lovers with their very own bourbon brothers bond. Please welcome to the show, Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley. Yeah. Guys, how are you?
Hey, brother. How are you, man?
I made an old fashioned. So
nice.
With the whiskey. Cheers to you.
Cheers, brother Dan.
My favorite cocktail.
I got to say right up front, I just want to get this out of the way. Did you guys not get the memo? You're celebrities now. You're supposed to have started a fucking tequila brand. What's going on? What happened?
Hey, what can I say?
It wasn't you know what, Paul? It wasn't part of our story.
It wasn't. Yeah, that's it. And it is a great story. It's getting ridiculous. When it started to happen, and now I'm like, how many more tequila brands? Just even if there was just tequila brands in general, but owned by celebrities, it was really refreshing to see you guys start a whiskey, because it's not a lot of famous people are doing whiskey.
Well, I also think, man, we're not just arbitrarily doing an alcohol because everyone's doing an alcohol. We're doing an alcohol.
We started this a long time ago.
We've planned this for 10 years. I know, Dan, you're the target demographic for the Vampire Diaries. I know you're a huge fan, but jokes aside, look,
I'm all about the CW, baby.
I know you are, dude. You got a CW t-shirt on right now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
CW underwear on. I know.
Yeah. No, but
wait, I'm not wearing any pants. I don't know.
Never mind. I'll FedEx you. I'll messenger you some.
Please do. Yeah.
No, but look, we drank bourbon on the show. Okay. Our characters drank bourbon on the show. Ian and I drank bourbon off the show. We shot the show in the South. This is something that we've been doing for 10 years. Bourbon has been in our orbit, and we have been talking about doing this for over a decade. And so for us, it's kind of wild. All these celebrity alcohol brands are coming out, but we started this conversation 10 years ago, and this is completely organic to us, in our relationship.
And also too, man, Dan, I think you listen, man, again, we're not trying to sound like, D-bags. And I say everything I say to you, we're just having conversations. I say this in all humility, because this is,
he doesn't mean he's totally,
GFY.
It's coming through. It registers as genuine. It really does.
But no, but I say this in all humility, man. Like, the show was obviously an amazing launching off point. It was a big, big, big show. But this story, dude, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a brand that, as far as uncompromising quality, that we would not compromise in the quality, with 12 years of IP built into it, a level of nostalgia and sort of global access that not many have. I mean, man, this was the most authentic thing we could ever do. And we did this for ourselves, right? Like, this was something we wanted to just share with people. And man, we're geeks about this. Like, it goes into agriculture, and we spent over a year just blending it. And then, we only do a certain amount of barrels at a time, and we have to go through the 16-point, checkpoint and protocol. And
just so we'll let you ask the questions or talk, Dan, but real quick, man, just because you had mentioned the tequila brands and all the celebrities doing the tequila brands and all that.
Calling yourself a celebrity, Paul?
Big time, dude. Big time. No, but I mean, look, everything you see, man, the liquid, certainly, the name, the bottle, the label, we created it ourselves. We didn't just slap our names on this thing. And so I think that's a big distinction. But anyway.
Well, I wonder, as actors, it's got to be such a special feeling when you get your first big break and you see, you're on TV, or you see yourself in a movie or something. how special was that moment when those very first bottles rolled off the line and you got to hold it in your hand and go, this is the thing that we've been talking about for 10 years.
Like having a child.
There's like two, like, it's so funny, man. Like, you know, the bottles obviously coming out of it and seeing the bottle for the first time. And we had some like we had created our bottle, so we knew it was going to look like, obviously, but seeing not the sample, but the actual,
the UPC code.
Yeah. All that. And I was like, holy shit. But also, like, for me too, man, like, I remember I was like, oh my God, if I have a billboard in Times Square, I've made it. And then we had a billboard in Times. We had a big old fucking billboard in Times Square. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And it was cool. But I got to tell you, you know, it was an even cooler feeling going to New York and seeing the Brothers Bond truck and our faces on the side of this massive truck, Brothers Bond, our label everything we worked on for so long. And then that truck filled with Brothers Bond making deliveries around Manhattan, where I grew up and, you know, where I ran around as a kid. I was like, this is actually better than the Times Square billboard. And I really mean, it's bad, man.
By the way, those outlier moments, you know, we did have a billboard in Times Square because in 2009, obviously what had happened in 2008, the world fell apart. So It just so happened that oh man, my dog rolled in something dead. Son of a bitch.
By the way, Ian's dog is now in the shot. Something doesn't smell right.
Lay down. We had in 2009.
Got shit on his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's awful. But
is that actual shit on your hand right now? Do you have
no, I think she rolled in something dead.
Oh,
it's even worse than shit. But Paul, you're right. Seeing this truck, you know,
it's just like, because, dude, like, obviously you and I were a huge part of the Vampire Diaries, but we didn't create the Vampire Diaries. I didn't create the show. It was based on a book. I auditioned. I got the part. This is like, man, we came up with this whole thing.
You made that. Yeah, that's your thing.
That's a big distinction. We weren't actors for hire. You know, this is our brand. You know, so
it's super special, man. I mean, I mean, we geek out and we can go into just being literally super nerds. And I don't mean that in a goofy way, because I know a lot of people say, you're not a nerd, this and that, and technological stuff. But no, we are bourbon geeks, and the technical aspects of this, we've learned and we know because we built this damn thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know you guys, and I'm happy for you. Look at this. I'm getting a little choked up, Paul. Hold on a second. Just thinking about that truck. And by the way, everybody out there, I'm going to make this my mission, since these guys are based here. I'll go out with them one night. I'm going to get them drunk, and I'll find out what the
anytime, buddy.
I'll find out what the percentages are on the wheat and the barley. I don't want to keep you too long. I do have to ask you, Ian, since you're here, and please, dear God, can you explain the finale of Lost for me? Can you?
You know, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Man, because I was the first one cast.
You were the first one killed too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, never have I been more grateful. You know, Vampire Diaries and Lost were on another level of huge, right? There are things that there are big distinctions in someone's life. Clearly, those two properties changed my world forever, right? But it's so funny because, like Paul was saying, we didn't create Vampire Diaries, but we were fortunate enough to create these characters with this executive and production team. So it was our show, right? Lost, because I was the first one cast, then I was the first one killed. Lost, unfortunately, or for whatever it was not my show. But man, I'll tell you, the amount of people that run up to me in certain circumstances, whether it is a street corner, an airport, a mall, a dark alley, who run up to me and are so furious about the ending of this show, yelling at me, and I'm like, dude,
as if you had
I think I was number 8 on that call sheet or something, and I was killed in season 1. I just have to say, hey man, I appreciate the passion. Not my fault. You know what I mean?
By the way, dude. Fault. I have to deal with that shit. Sorry, spoiler alert. I die in the finale of the Vampire Diaries. The amount of grown men I've had come up to me and be like, I cried, man. Why'd you have to die? And I'm like,
it's like, I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, I got to tell you, here's the thing. I was kidding, and there has been a lot of beef about that. I actually loved the ending of Lost. And
me too.
Here's the thing with that show, you had, between the multiple timelines and the time jumps and the tertiary characters, and the series was confusing at times, right? But for me, that final season, I felt like Lost kind of dumped a lot of that baggage that it had accumulated. But what upset a lot of the people were that there were questions that had gotten raised, right, throughout the course of the series that they wanted answered. And I guess they were never going to be answered in that thing. But Lost kind of set the stage for so much of the great TV that we've had in recent years, like the Leftovers and Watchmen.
Changed television for a long time.
Man. It really did. And you were a part of that. And I forgive you for the ending. I just want to let you know, Paul, I do not forgive you for in fact,
appreciate that, Dan.
I'm so mad at you, Paul, that I just peed my CW pants, undies right now.
Listen,
I thought you weren't wearing, I thought they were in the dryer.
Right. Fine, you got me.
Tore up your Stefan Salvatore poster in your bedroom, right?
What's another show on the CW? Let me think if I can name one other show on the CW. All right. Is Gilmore Girls, was that on CW?
That was CW. That
okay.
Was WWD.
No, but I don't even think that was a CW, and that was WB.
That was WB.
Oh, CW. Melrose Place? No,
that was WB.
That was WB.
Actually, I don't even know if that was WB.
Oh no, they did. They remade that.
Okay.
C-Post was on that. They did.
It's not my target. I'm more like PBS.
I accept.
Guys, your enthusiasm really is infectious. It's great to see how excited you guys are about the brand, and with good reason. It's a fantastic whiskey. I encourage everybody out there to pick some up and look for the new ones that are coming down the line. And anytime you want to come back on the show, guys, you're welcome.
Dude,
thank you so much.
Can't wait to have a toast with you, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.